Hello there everybody, this is Mafinji here and welcome to episode 4 of some mapping. So, today we're going to take a look at the inside of the Blood Keep and then we're going to hop into a test world and I'm going to show you how I built this tower in a fairly short amount of time. It didn't take too long to build this. And we will also, I think, take a look at the next intersection. Yes, that is definitely what we shall be doing. So, you come in, there's a nice door, and it's full of decoration. And as in the previous area, in this intersection, the Crystalline Swamp, I gave out a brewing stand very early. Shelves with chests and a melon farm, which is very, very nice, because melons are another thing that I'm giving out in all areas, so players can make health potions. Because that's very, very nice, basically. I don't think... Yeah, there is one spawner here. This is a custom mob. I'm also going to, in a test world, show you this mob. I think it might have been broken, because I built this mob in 1.6, actually, very long ago. And it's supposed to have a nether portal on its head, but that seems to have disappeared, or perhaps it just isn't rendering inside the spawner. So let's go upward first. There are bookshelves, there are tables, there are shelves, there are little plants. That's mostly what the decoration consists of, although it does change slightly. So on this level, more bookshelves. I need to add more spawners because this area was created when I was planning to have natural spawns on, and if you walked into this area now, nothing would happen really. It would be so boring. Ooh, I probably should remove that bow, but anyway, and yeah, I need to remove some of these potions as well, but I can do that on camera because some of this loot is I'm gonna turn this back on because some of this loot is quite old and I need to replace it with my new set of custom loot equipment. So, and that's also a custom speed potion that I don't really see the point in. So let's give the player some armor, and that's quite a nice bit of armor. So I think we're going to leave this chest how it is, except maybe a little bit of food. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. What else do we have in this chest here? Books, nice. Yeah, that's all fine. I think I redid this chest. I must have just missed that chest. These are some workbenches. They almost look like cookers, but that's sort of what they are. They're tables for working. The dispensers have nothing in them. I probably will put some damage potions in them as a rudimentary sort of trap. But only on the second layer, because if the players come onto one area, such as this, and then the activator rails turn on, which is quite nice, and then they think there's a trap. So these dispensers could make obvious traps. They think there's a trap, but when they step on the pressure plates or open them up, there's nothing in them. So they think, oh, the map maker has decided not to trap these dispensers, and then they'll think they're safe on the next layer, which is the layer above, I think, and they will die painfully, which would be quite funny. So I think for the spawners, I will add more of these guys, but I will also put in skeletons, creepers, spiders, all of the general sort of mobs. I did start putting zombie spawners in up here. Oh wow, that's a lot of mobs. Perhaps I went a bit too far here. I don't know. I haven't balance tested this area because the problem with this sort of area, as in a very vertical area, is that the amount of mobs you have to fight depends massively on your playstyle. If you run through this area quickly, torch up the whole tower within 5 minutes, you will have only had to deal with one set of mobs. But if you linger in one place, the mobs will keep spawning, and keep spawning, and that, frankly, would be terrible. This is quite a nice chest, which is not what I want the player to have to deal with. Here's another thinner layer with more of this sort of stuff here. I will trap these things. There's a chest. Well, that's... oh, a regen potion. That's nice. Sometimes I think I might be slightly too nice in these areas. Arrows, armor. Oh, protection 2 again. Very nice. Yellow stained clay. Fantastic. And here's the altar room. So this is the top of the tower. I think the roof looks quite nice. I'm quite pleased with how the roof looks. because I'm generally not very good at making roofs in Minecraft. And even though this roof is exceptionally boring, I think it looks quite nice and shapely. But anyway, let's move on to actually doing some mapping instead of looking at roofs, because that's what we're here for, looking at roofs. Where is the staircase? I keep getting lost in this tower too. It's a fairly big tower. I mean, for an intersection 1 area, it's quite big. Which, yeah, especially considering that I'm now going to add more stuff to the ground there, more mob fighting to the ground area down there, which will be very fun to do, actually, because I have plans for that area down there. Oh wait, is this? Yes, so this is where the player came in, so this is now the way down. So if you go up, you'll get to the objective of the area, but if you go down, there are things that you will find. More bookshelves for a start, more spawners, definitely. More of these little furnace arrays and other decoration-y type stuff. There's a chest. Oh, that's a big chest. Quite a nice chest. More decoration stuff. Sports drinks. I did put sports drinks in. I do like the sports drinks. Now, the sports drinks, these are custom potions, as I've spoken about. But recently I just discovered, and I didn't know this, that Minecraft actually added a saturation potion effect. So this saturation potion effect, if you didn't know already, is a fake potion effect that I created. It's actually a negative hunger effect. So it fills up your saturation bar. Hunger drains your saturation bar. This fills up your saturation bar. But in vanilla Minecraft, the new saturation potion effect fills up your hunger bar, not your saturation bar. So it's all very confusing, and I'm going to have to add a disclaimer saying at the start of the map that Minecraft has a custom potion, a potion effect called Saturation, which fills up your hunger bar, and Minecraft has the ability for you to make negative hunger, which will fill up your saturation bar. So I am going to call the negative hunger, which fills up your saturation bar, I'm going to call that saturation, but the Minecraft vanilla saturation potion effect that fills up your hunger bar, I am going to rename on custom potion something else, maybe liquid food, or who knows. I'm just trying to think of a good name for it, like filling, I don't know, or hunger, or I don't even know. Something like that. I think I removed a spawner here. There was a spawner here. There's one under the stairs. That's always cruel. Oh, that's a Skeletron. You've got no bow. You're gonna die. So let's keep going down. Aha, now this is the area that looks a bit boring, but you're gonna have to light all of this up, and there will be mobs coming up the staircase. I hope, anyway. So down here on the outside, there are spawners. This wither skeleton spawner has a bow, and these are quite cruel, actually. This particular spawner is very cruel because the wither skeletons have flame bows. So this creeper spawner and that wither skeleton spawner might be a bit too difficult. I'm definitely going to remove the creeper spawner because I want the player to have a safe passage to this tunnel. But there are spawners dotted around here. But I will replace all of the wither skeletons that have nothing. That bow wither skeleton spawner can stay there because that's cruel and evil. There's a chest. What's this one? This one has no bow, or sword, so we're going to have to replace him. Anyway, through this tunnel here, which I probably should have applied more erode brushes to in MC Edit because it looks a bit blocky, but it will take you to the intersection. So this here, if I just clear my inventory, this is intersection 2, and if I turn Gamma Bright off, I think it looks quite nice. I'm pretty pleased with this intersection. Sort of looks like vaguely like a computer circuit, sort of, I guess, not at all really. Ah, I did remove the signs, good, because... Ooh. Okay, this is a blast from the past. I changed to 1.7.2 after making this intersection. Expect new blocks. Nope, I changed to 1.8 when I started making this map. So, let's just add the signs for completeness. Blood keep. I don't know if that's common, but I tend to do it a lot. When there's a double letter in a word, I instead of typing 2 of that letter, I typed 2 of the letter before. I don't know whether that's just my brain being weird, or whether it's something that's common among people. So all of these areas have been deleted because the areas in section 2 I didn't really like. So I'm going to rebuild them. Yes, there's a nice player base here with an ender chest. Very, very nice. Stuff in these chests. Oh, that's nice, I guess. So yes, I don't think I put anything in the other chest, just those 2. Okay, so now, oh, and I need to add the speed to this intersection too. So, what are we going to do for today? Sign! Yeah, that's a sign. Okay, so, now if we fly back to the Blood Keep, I am going to now hop into my test world, and I'm going to show you how I effectively built this thing. So, see you in a second. So here we are in our CTM test world, well, my CTM test world. That's very empty at the moment except for random explosions that happened at some point in time. So, how I built the Blood Keep. There are several ways that you could do this. I will talk about all of them. So, the way that I would do it is like this. I would make the first room. So this is the ground. This is the first room, and this is going to look like the Blood Keep. It won't actually be the Blood Keep, but it will look like the Blood Keep. So select the area of the first wall from the ground. Then if you press 4, the hotkey 4, it will open the fill menu. Then you just want the block to select the block you want. So we're going to go for 43.8, which is the seamless double stone slab, which is that really nice block that I used, which you can't actually get in vanilla. So there we go, we have a wall. Then repeat the process again. Oh, I can't remember how big that wall was. I should have seen. So that is a 11 by 1 by 32 wall. So if we change that to 11 again, do the same thing. Now MC Edit automatically, I just pointed at the screen now like I was explaining to someone standing next to me. MC Edit keeps the previous block selected, so all you have to do is hit enter twice and it will fill the block again. So just repeat the process. 4, double enter, control D for deselect, select the block, select the corner, 4, double enter, control D. And there we have the first room in about 5 seconds. Now to continue doing that, I would then start the next room. So this is how I would do it. There are other ways to do it, as I've said, but I'm going to build the first room with the method that I would use. So then, even though the floor is going to be nether brick, I'm just going to use the slab stuff again. Now, for the next room that's going to come off at this angle, we're going to select this area, then bring it out a bit. 4, double enter, control D. Now I'll make the walls. These walls are going to go up a little bit. 4, double enter, control D. Now I would be checking the height of these walls to make sure that I had the correct the correct floor height. Now, 4, double enter, control D. Oh, have I made that the wrong size? I have. Oh, it doesn't matter. 4, double enter, control D. So there, now it's starting to take shape slightly. So let's have, how are we going to do this? Let's have another room coming off here like this. 4, double enter, control D. 4, double enter, control D. It's basically 4, double enter, control D for days. Yep, and then that's basically how you do it. You just do that, and then once you've got the shape and structure you want, I might have a room coming off here. So let's have a room coming off here. Oops, that's too low. Oops, that was a failure. Let's do that again, shall we? Bring it out a bit. 4 hours later. There we go. So that's sort of how it works, and I just kept doing that upwards and upwards and upwards for a fair amount of time. So let's just do one more for your edification. For double enter Control D, select this, let's go up a fair way. For double enter Control D, for double enter Control D. So yeah, that's essentially how it works, and then we're going to have another wall just here, I think. And we'll continue that wall upwards to be here. So I just continued doing this. I kept branching outwards, so I would have another room, for example, here. And then 3 hours later, we have the Blood Keep. So that's essentially how I built the Blood Keep. So then the next stage is to delete any walls that you do not want. So I don't really want this wall. Let's make this into a floor. This can be the next floor, just for demonstrations purposes, because before I moved on to this stage I would have built the whole tower. Oh wait, this... So then this room, we want this wall here to have disappeared. I want... Oops. Well, I want this wall to have disappeared. I want a floor here. Because... Oh yeah, making the floors is actually the hardest bit, because you've got to make sure that it fits in the inside of here. Yeah, commentary has disappeared. Hi guys, my name is Mafinji. I live in Britain, Great Britain. And Wimbledon is fantastic so far. What else do I have to say about life? Life is good, maths is fun, English are hard. I never have to take English again, which is fantastic. GCSE exam results come out soon. Oh god. A-level exam results come out even sooner. Oh double god. Yeah, okay. So, let's just say that this is how far I had got. Well, imagine the tower was finished. Imagine the tower was finished. I might just make it look relatively complete by adding another wall here. And delete this. You could just hit del and then Control D to delete stuff. This is actually probably boring. I've built way too much of this tower. So there is effectively the Blood Keep, or a tiny portion of the Blood Keep. So next stage, the nether brick. Oh wait, I forgot to put a wall here. Next stage, the nether brick. So the nether brick is done quite simply by floors first and walls first, then floor. Let's just fill this in, because there's a special thing we can do with the floor to do the floors more easily. So the walls, let's grab this wall here. Then we do 4. Now we're going to select nether brick, and that's why I didn't do the nether brick sooner, because as I said, MCEdit stores the last block you used fill and replace for. So it's quite nice. So it makes it a lot quicker to do it this way. 4, Control D, and there it's starting to look a bit like the Blood Keep. Well, a bit like the Blood Keep anyway. And then you should probably hit save every now and then. Let's just hit Control S for saving, and when you save it automatically does the lighting updates for you, which is always nice. So I think I started from the top and moved down actually when I built this, but to be honest it doesn't matter, just as long as you get all of the corners. I'll do the floors in a second, as I've said. And then you put a roof on it and you have a Blood Keep. This will be christened the baby Blood Keep. This little area that we're now building. No, this will take 10 years. I'm going to try and do as much of this as possible before we move on to the next stage, actually, because I want you to see it take shape. I'm going to use nudge. You can hold down the two nudge buttons and then use the WASD up-down buttons to move these boxes, selection boxes. So I'm going to nudge that one upwards because I misplaced it. 4 double enter Control D, you'll get used to that. You really will get used to that as a mapper. 4 double enter Control D, using MCEdit anyway. I'm not sure how the controls for the new MCEdit 2.0 will affect mapping, because I don't like MCEdit 2.0 so far. I think it's a bit clunky. But then again, it's just been released and it's still in alpha. It doesn't even have filters or for basically anything yet. So, but I'm quite excited for MCEdit 2.0 because, to be honest, MCEdit has almost overtaken, it has almost got all of the functions that WorldEdit has. And when MCEdit has all of the functions that WorldEdit has, WorldEdit will just be useless and you won't need 2 programs to map in Minecraft, and that will be fantastic because I hate having to swap between 2 programs to get the desired effects in my maps. Now these double nether brick things, they might look a bit horrible from here, but if you're on the outside you'll only see 1 nether brick, and if you're on the inside you'll only see 1 nether brick. So let's just do 1 or 2 more, and then I'll show you how the floors are done. So the floors, oh wait, there's a bit more to do in here. Oh, this was meant to be a wall. So like that. So, oh, one more. I will get there in the end. So, now, to do the floors, you simply select your entire floor. So, wherever you want the floor to be, select it like that. Make sure it's all selected. Then you do 4 again, but now we're going to do a fill and replace command. So we're going to find that 43.8 block, and we're going to press R to make it replace, and then we're going to replace it with a nether brick block. So nether brick block, and now we have the floor of the Blood Keep. Fantastic. And this baby Blood Keep looks a bit horrible at the moment, but as you can see it's sort of starting to look like the Blood Keep. And we'll do the same here, and then I'll show you the windows. Well, actually, do I really need to show you how to delete blocks and then place new blocks to make windows? There we go. There is a piece of the Blood Keep, and as you can see it's starting to look quite good. Now, windows, making window patterns was my favourite part of this. So there's a fairly basic window. For here we might have actually, I'm gonna make these a bit nicer. Let's delete that block. Let's delete that block, and now we're going to find air, and we're going to replace it with fence, nether brick fence. Oh, okay, fine. Nether brick fence. There we go. And yeah, there we go. And well, we'll have to update it first because right now they're just fence posts and they haven't actually connected. There we go. So that's essentially the baby Blood Keep. Pretty much done. I'm going to hop into, well, this floor hasn't been done, but anyway, we won't do that now. Nether brick block. Oops, nether brick block. So I'm going to hop into the world and then show you what it looks like from vanilla, even there's probably no point because MCEdit does a very good job of rendering the world. But anyway, so see you in a second. So here we are. Here is the baby Blood Keep, or part of the baby Blood Keep, and that's it really. Fairly self-explanatory. That's how you do it. And if you want rooms, well, I didn't really do rooms, but if you want rooms you could just do the same on the inside. So the other ways of doing it are you can make these solid. You can fill the, do a big, just a block of this stuff, and then you can hollow it out afterwards, and that allows you to very easily you can hollow it out before you place the nether brick, because that allows you to very easily create rooms inside this, and it would save you having to come back later and do more of this stuff. More nether brick, a door, it really does help. The other way of doing it is a lot slower, but it lets you see the structure a lot more easily. You can do each room out of this stuff first, as we did before, then do the nether brick, then move on to another room, then do the nether brick. It's a lot slower, but it does allow you to sort of see how it's going to look much sooner. There are the windows. I do like the windows. And there's a floor, actually. There's a whole floor. Oh, I forgot to do the nether brick here. But anyway, that's sort of how it looks. These lighting errors, I don't really know what causes them. I can't fix it at the moment. Gamma Bright fixes it. I don't really know what's causing them, really. I can't really do anything. But that's Minecraft. But you can just add windows to fix them. There you go. There's another nice window design that I quite like. Let's have a thing there. Fixed. That definitely looks identical to that. It's all fixed. But yeah, so that's how I created the Blood Keep. Now, a note on plagiarism of work. So I am very happy, and in fact I encourage map makers among you to try using anything you see in my mapping videos, but please do not copy area. Please not copy exactly this. So don't actually build a Blood Keep in your map, because Blood Keep is my idea, and I really would like to keep it original. But by all means, reuse the method. Build a tower similar to this out of different blocks and give it a different name and put different mobs in it. But any concepts that you see, in short, any concepts that you see in the video, I'd prefer it if you would not copy them. But any methods, mobs, loot, building ideas, design, what's it called again? Decoration. Please copy it. By all means, copy it, use it, enjoy it, and make maps for the community to enjoy. So that's the Blood Keep, and thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you again soon. I realised that I made myself quite unclear in that previous segment of the video when I was talking about plagiarism of work, so I'm going to start again. Let's see how this goes, because I tried to record this already twice and I just can't seem to get the right words out of my mouth in the right order. So I am very happy, and indeed I encourage anyone in the community to reuse methods and basic concepts that I come up with, and I'm sure I haven't come up with a lot of these. So for example, with this tower, if you saw this and you thought, oh my god, I want that in my map, okay, fine, you can copy, or you can use the same method that I built this, obviously. You can make it look roughly similar, you can build an area that looks fairly similar, but don't go so far as to copy exactly this area and paste it into your map. Don't go so far as to use exactly the same blocks in exactly the same area, because I worked hard for this, and I worked hard coming up. I had to think hard, if that's even a thing, to come up with this area. So I'd like my work to be original. And if you decide that this Blood Keep is so absolutely perfect for your map, and you build something quite similar, have the decency to credit me somewhere in that area, please, because as I said, I worked quite hard for this, and it all comes back to that old mantra: do unto others what you would want done unto you. I don't even remember the correct wording, but anyway, if you rip off someone's area, and then you get your area, an area in your map ripped off, and you get annoyed about it, you have no right to be, because you did the same thing to someone else. But anyway, so if we had a mob, for example, like this guy, if you thought, oh my god, giving a mob that particular weapon and those particular potion effects and particular armor with that attribute is just amazing, although that's quite a basic mob. Okay, fine, you can do it, but don't copy the exact mob. Don't give it this color armor with that particular weapon. With change with the weapons slightly, change the armor slightly, Maybe make it a skeleton instead of a zombie. So just make things original. Originality is one of the best things about a map. If a map is full of original ideas and original concepts, it will go down so much better than maps that just plainly copy other people's work. Having said that though, at this point in time a lot of the stuff that is possible with this game has been done already. And although every day new things keep being discovered about this game, and especially about mapping, because mapping is a very dynamic part of the game, it is quite difficult to come up with new stuff. And so people do, me included, people do get quite uptight about plagiarism because we work hard in this game. So anyway, props to all you map makers out there, and thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you again soon.